What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jaron Fit Man coming at you this beautiful Sunday in Texas, man. I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but right now, man, you can't see outside because the windows are tinted. But it's a beautiful day here in Texas, man. So I'm gonna hook y'all up with another tutorial video, man. Not necessarily a tutorial video, but we're gonna have a little chit chat today, and we're gonna have a little chit chat about that ugly elephant in the room, man, called range of motion. All right. Because I see a lot of people make comments about this stuff, man, in my videos, other people's videos, man, and sometimes, guys, man, you're off base with your assessment of what's going on, okay? Because there's more than one way to skin a cat, okay? And there's more than one way to lift weights, okay? And you have to understand some people are lifting weights or training for different purposes or reasons. And unless you know that reason why that person's doing something, you cannot make a fair assessment on why what they're doing is right or wrong. Does that make sense, right? If I don't know where you're trying to go, I can't tell you you're going the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? If I, you know what I mean? Bam, there it is. Boom. Dang. So listen, I'm gonna give you guys a little, some game on range of motion and why you see people lifting a certain way. Now, so for today's example, I'm gonna use a Smith machine, and and I'm gonna talk about, we're gonna obviously talk about the chest, okay? And how I would use certain different range of motions for different things or different purposes, okay? All right, first and foremost, man, we'll talk about complete range of motion, okay? All right, the complete range of motion for the incline press. I'll show you that, and you know, and we'll talk about that first, okay? So here I'm gonna go ahead and show you the setup, blah, 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 blah. Feet on the ground. I hate when I see people with your fucking feet up in the air doing chest. That's bullshit, by the way. That's another video, all right? So obviously hands equally spaced apart. Now, the thing to remember, okay, if you're doing a press, incline, or bench for your chest, you have to make sure the elbows are actually flared out, not flared down. That's another thing you have to watch, okay? Now, and what's the difference, you might say, okay? If I am a power lifter, or if I'm like, man, I just want to bench 400 pounds, right? It would be ideal for me to lift with my elbows down because I will have more tricep power or tricep engagement to help the chest and everything press. So you'll try to push more weight. You'll be able to push more weight. Now, if we're looking for aesthetics and looks, okay, and we're okay with not lifting as much, that's when you lift with flared elbows like this, okay? That puts not all, you push more of the chest into play, okay? The chest takes more of the load, okay? So I'm gonna show you the complete range of motion. All right, bam, here, right down, touch, and go. Bam, that's a complete range of motion, okay? Bam, perfect. Let's go at regular tempo. Bam, 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 pat. Wow, man, there we go, all right? Complete range of motion, okay? Now, that's your basic complete range of motion for the incline chest press, all right? Now, who should use the complete range of motion for incline chest press, all right? Now, the first person I would say is a beginner, okay? Wow, you say beginner, right? Okay, a beginner, I would say, because when you're doing an exercise like a chest press or any compound movement, and if we're talking about a bodybuilding sense or building up the physique sense, okay, you don't know which part of your body is going to develop the fastest from a particular exercise, okay? Let me use myself, for example, okay? You guys think I have a nice chest now, right? Okay, the thing is, I didn't build my chest with pressing, okay? Because I was shoulder dominant and tricep dominant, I was able to build some nice shoulders and good triceps from pressing, okay? So, therefore, incline press was not a good exercise for me, okay? But I'm gonna show you a range of motion that will help you put more emphasis on the chest, okay? Because I was training with a complete range of motion, bam, 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 okay? As you can see here, bam, the tension's mainly on my shoulders, and when you're coming out the blocks, right, the tension's not on the chest the whole time in a full range of motion lift. It's not. It's a transfer of power. When you come back, actually it's gonna be a lot on the back because that's, your back is gonna brace you, okay, boom, the back's gonna be engaged. And as you press up, if you think rear delts, triceps, the load transfers to the chest, okay? So the load is not always on the chest the whole time on an incline press. That's why the hammer strength is designed the way it is designed in a curve to keep the tension on the chest, because a traditional incline press does not keep the tension on the chest. But I'm gonna show you a variation, right, that will keep the tension on the chest. This is what you see a lot of people doing, or I guess you would say quote unquote bodybuilder lift, okay? Because the bodybuilder is trying to pump up the muscle, keep the tension on the muscle, and make it grow that way, okay? This is a bodybuilder, so to speak. The elbow should still be flared out, okay? Because if they're not, you're taking the shoulder, the triceps are gonna take a lot more of the load, okay? So we're here, so I'm gonna flare them out. So boom here, I'm here, come down, you have to find the tension. Everybody's a little different, okay? This is where I feel it. Okay, if you saw that, when I lift in that range of motion, the tension was always on my chest. I never had a break, okay? Let me show you full range of motion. Let me explain it so you see the difference I'm talking about. Okay, when I'm gonna use lightweight too to be safe. Okay, my full range of motion rep, I touched my chest here. Okay, so when I'm here, ask yourself this question. Is there tension on my chest right now? Absolutely not. There's no tension on my chest right now, no. The tension right now really is on my front delts and my shoulders right now, right? I have to use my shoulders. That's why people who do a lot of incline, who touch the chest all the time, have a lot of shoulder problems, like a lot of older lifters, they say that, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? So the tension was not on my chest as I lifted, or as I was resting here, it was not. As I come here, now I feel the tension on my chest, now I feel it more on my shoulders, and my triceps finish the lift, okay? Bam, see? Now, I want to keep the tension on my chest, so I was here. Bam, okay? Now, let's ask ourselves, now, okay, who would benefit from an adjusted range of motion lift, okay? That would be somebody who is more advanced, okay? You've been lifting, you've been doing full range of motion, okay? And you come to a scenario like myself, when, like I said, I was doing proper range of motion, but my chest wasn't growing. Like my shoulders and triceps were good, but my chest wasn't growing the way I should have. So I altered my range of motion, and I also started doing more dumbbell flies, and that helped my chest grow. So, like I said, remember guys, in the beginning, absolutely, you should use full range of motion, okay? Absolutely. If you've been lifting for a year or under, absolutely, okay? Full range of motion. See how the body grows, you know what I'm saying? See what's going on, absolutely. After you kind of been lifting, like I said, there's gonna be certain body parts that dominate certain lifts, okay? Like I said, my shoulders and triceps dominated my presses. So my chest wasn't getting the work from incline, bench, etc., etc. I was able to move weight, but my chest wasn't getting the way I liked it. So like I said, that's when you also sometimes can't use weight as an indicator of a certain body part developing, you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying, like if you're trying to develop a certain body part, or one body part or a particular part is lagging, that's when you adjust the range of motion, okay? So it does have its purposes, okay? Now I'm not telling you to use it every single fucking time, like not straight out the box or blah, 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 no. It's a technique used to help an underdeveloped part get better. You keep the tension on there, you know what I'm saying? Or if you want a part if you just want a bigger fucking chest, if your chest is already fucking big, you want to take it to the next level, you keep the tension on the chest like that. It is a training technique. So there is a purpose to it, okay? So be careful when you comment, you know, on somebody's stuff. You don't want to look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the person, that doesn't make, sometimes doesn't make sense to me. You're like, oh man, your range of motion sucks, but the person has the proper body part, the body part they're training looks good. That makes no sense to me. Like, that's like me saying, like, if somebody's doing freaking, that's like me clowning somebody who's doing leg extensions, like, oh, but they got freaking big ass quads that are separated and developed. That's stupid to me. That makes no sense. I was like, okay, so what? Okay, my range of motion is not good as yours, but the body part looks better. Everything else is better, so you really have no leg to stand on to argue per se. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're talking about safety. If they're doing something, arching their back or something like that to where they can damage themselves, something like that, that's different. But if we're talking range of motion and that person has the developed body part that we are talking about, you really can't, I mean, what And then you can't bring somebody else's, well, so-and-so, you know what I mean? You can't bring somebody else. That's like bringing your cousin to help you get in a street fight. That's sucker made where I'm from. You want to fight your own fights. You can't bring nobody to help you fight. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to come, you talk some shit, you supposed to back that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you don't have the, especially if we're talking about you're trying to learn, okay, in a sense you're trying to learn something and you don't have it, then just take something from it. Just like this video. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys learned something. I hope that clears up something for some people with this whole range of motion thing, man. There are some benefits to alternate range of motions. Ideally, yes, full range of motion is where you want to go. But if a body part is not developing, you have to experiment. Because the people with the craziest looking, weirdest looking physiques do the weirdest looking shit. So there you go. But I hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna keep these tutorials and instructional videos popping for you, man. Give you guys game. Because a lot of people don't know what's what when it comes to lifting. There's a lot of misinformation, but you want the real deal shit coming to me. Yeah. But peace out, y'all. Hope y'all have a good day.